Welcome back to Oral Tradition, my friends and subscribers, my viewers, everybody, old and new viewers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But a special welcome for the new ones. Yes, I really appreciate you stopping by here with us today. We have some goodies for you, man, because we have some old time proverbs coming straight back from yard, not just yard, but other countries. So let us just sit down and relax and just explore together. This evening's episode, we are dealing with proverbs of the week. Every week I try to give out a few proverbs because we have not been using the proverbs lately, so they're they're not obsolete, but we treat them like they are. But I have put a book together with all the proverbs, not just the proverbs, but the meanings, where they're from, and everything. So every week I'll be coming with some proverbs. So go with me back in time. Please don't forget to like and share the videos. Don't forget to like and share. Leave a comment if you want to. And subscribe. Tell people about the videos so they can subscribe as well. Okay, today is a wonderful day. The first proverb is a general proverb, and it's coming from the reality group, and it says, "Too many cooks spoil the broth. Too many cooks spoil the broth." And we know that when too many people are involved, contention will always break out. Contention will always break out when too many people are involved. I'm telling you. There are some people that know everything, they know how much salt to put in, they know what this, and then before you know it is a whole banger around. Too many cooks spoil the broth. This is a very short one. Then the second one is it's also a general one, and it's also coming from the reality group. And it says the grass is not always greener on the other side. And that is a reality, that is true. Sometimes you see things and they look bright, but when you actually see them in your face, it's not so bright. From where you are standing, it seems as though it's green on the other side. But if you should come a little bit closer, you realize that it is the same or even worse. If you notice when people take pictures, they're not going to take picture in the house clothes. They want to take a picture in something nice. So because you see somebody look nice, they look beautiful, that does not mean everything is fine. Hmm? And you always want to trade places with them because you think they're living better than you. No, not all the time. I used to see this girl. She's married with children, and she's comfortable. I assumed because she has her husband. They own a nice house and everything. So I'm saying, how naive of me to think because you have your own house, that means everything is okay. So I notice her all the time. She never smiled. Lovely girl, pretty girl, never smiled, and her face is always red. This part of her face, her cheeks are always red. So she always try to make much of me. And I said, "Oh, fear cheek them red so all the time." That time poor me never know say hella papa yard. And a lot of people would want to envy her because, she has a house, she has a job. But she was suffering at home. So don't believe because you see people looking nice. They just know how to navigate things. Some people know how to mask things very well. And sometimes people are going through and they don't have to tell you their business. they look nice and everything, and you think everything is okay, but the grass is not always green on the other side. And if you take a walk over to that person's house, you realize I don't really want to trade places with her at all because what she can take, I can't handle. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that one means. The grass is not always greener on the other side because maybe that the cup that person is drinking from, you can't afford to drink from that cup. You can't manage it. You know. No, the other one that I have here for you is necessity is the mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. And this one is also general. And what that means is it is out of great need that people think of ways to make their lives easier, or it is out of great need that people think of ways to enhance their lives. True. Hmm? That is so true. And all these are written in English, so there is no English interpretation. But I know I have a few that I need to interpret in English. No, this one says, prison never make for dog. Prison never make for dog. I have never heard of or seen a dog sent to prison. Never. So prison are for humans. Prison was built for men and women who do wrong things. Even though you have innocent people who have gone to prison, people go to prison for their faith. The Apostle Paul went to prison for his faith, for preaching the gospel. And then there are others who go to prison because they are guilty of a crime. They are guilty of a crime, so they go to prison. People don't go do wrong because they want to go to prison, because they wish they were never caught. But people do wrong because they obey the dictates of the devil, who tell them do this, and because they've been getting away with it, now they are caught, so they have to pay the penalty for the things that they have done. So when we see somebody go to prison, stop acting like they are subhumans, stop acting like they are not people, because everybody deserves a second chance. Prison was built for men and women. People go to prison for tax evasion. People go to prison for manslaughter. People go to prison for murder. People go to prison because they smoke weed. People go to drug addiction, drug use. Even some of the drugs like they say was criminalized. They decriminalized them. May I tell you, these people, they don't even know what they want, and all these things. People go to prison for different reasons. So we have to realize that dogs don't go to prison, it's people. That's why we have to treat people with respect, whether they go to prison or not. And I notice people are being discriminated against when they go to prison, and I don't think that is right. If you go to prison, you can't get a job when you come out. You're barred from getting a good job. Isn't that something? But what do I know? What do I know? Right? So we need to stop acting like when people go to prison is the end of the world or the end of their lives. The English version for that is prison was not built to house dogs. Prison was not built to house dogs. They house people. Right? People go to prison for all different kind of stuff. So that's what that one means. And this is also a reality. It comes from the reality group in the book. Now, the other one is coming straight out of Ethiopia, and it says, he who learns teaches. So when you learn something, you're expected to pass it on. What we learn, we should teach others, because knowledge is not for us to keep, it is to be shared. Knowledge is to be shared, right? Knowledge goes from one generation to the next. That is just the way of life. And maybe that is why we are losing this generation because we have failed to pass on the good values to our children. Either we believe that it's not going to make any sense to them, or we are afraid because we think they're going to say it's nonsense, or I don't know, maybe we are ashamed of our value system back then. I don't know, but I think we need to go back and teach. You cannot just assume that people are not going to take it because you just have to teach them. And if you don't teach them, somebody else will teach them stupidness and deceive them. Somebody's going to tell them a lie and they're going to be deceived. When you don't have any elders, the younger generation suffers. Believe me, if we don't pass down what we need to pass down, they will suffer because the media is there, the social media is there, the major medias are there. There are different people who influence our young ones, so we have to pass on the knowledge. We treat our value system like they are obsolete or they are old fashioned and primitive. But call it what you will, we need to pass it on because we are going to be held accountable. He who learns teaches. Whatever you learn, you're supposed to pass it on. Like if you can sew, you can bake, whatever you can do, teach the next generation because what you can make, you don't have to buy. I wish I could make my own clothes. I used to be able to do it, but because I threw the pattern away, I gave away the machine. I don't remember. I know if I have the pattern, I can cut and try to navigate my way. But there was a time when I could sew a suit because I was getting help, And one time I needed some skirts and I didn't have any money to buy any, so I had to make them myself, and I made five. But we're not passing down the thing, so we need to pass it down. So this Proverbs coming out of Ethiopia, it says, "He who learns teaches," and that's a principle of life. It's coming out of that group. Now this one is coming straight out of Montserrat, and it says, learn to mix the bitter with the sweet. Learn to mix the bitter with the sweet. And I remember Brother Ryan used to tell me, because he knew I left my children in Jamaica to come here to work, and sometimes, he'll try to encourage me, and he'll say, "My children are here, we live in the same house, but when I'm leaving in the mornings, they're sleeping. When I'm back home at night, they're sleeping." So I never got to see them until the weekends. And because he had two jobs. So when he told me that, I said, wow. And what that actually means is you're going to experience good times and bad times. So what you do, you enjoy the good times and you endure the bad times. Simple as that. There's no way around it. Life is full of good and bad. We have to go through some stuff and we have to enjoy the life sometimes. So what you do some enjoying and you do some enduring. That's how it is. And that is also a principle of life. Because we know life has its ups and downs, and every day is not bitter and every day is not sweet. Right? So we just have to mix them up together and work with them. Then this other one says, you come for drink milk, you know, come for corn cow. And this one is already in English, so then We don't have to, there's no interpretation there. But this last one that I'm giving you, it has an English interpretation because it's written in Patois. Some of the words are in Patois, so I'll have to interpret the rest. Yes, it says, you come for drink milk, you not come for corn cow. You come for drink milk, you not come for corn cow. Now, what that means is, when you go to a place for a specific purpose, you accomplish your goal and you get out. This is not your home, so you leave what you see. Just do what you got to do and get out. Right? If you go somewhere and you hear people arguing, keep by your mouth, don't say anything. It's not your business. Leave it alone. You come to drink milk, you not come to corn cow. It is nice to influence people positively to effect change, but if you notice it's causing a friction or you are being resisted, once you feel the resistance, leave it alone. Even if you're at a place and there are 10 cows there, right? And they gave you a half pint of milk or big gill of milk. Take a little big gill of milk, drink it and give God thanks and move on. Because them never have to give none of the milk. So nobody come and say, so them have 10 cow, one whole heap of milk. And them if a little bit them give me big gill or half pint. And your cow, the cow is not yours, so you can't drink a little milk and take a little milk and run on. Don't act like you own any cow there. You come for drink a little milk, drink a little milk and get fat and go where you go. You no need for argue and a carry on and a quarrel over milk. You come for drink milk, you not come for corn cow. So the English version of that is you're here to drink milk, you're not here to count the cows. You're here to drink the milk, you're not here to count the cows. And some of us like to get involved in stuff like those. We love the corn cow, we love everything like we are salt. But it pays to drink your milk, right? And carry on. Then say the humble scarves of the most milk. That is one that I'm going to give you one of these days. So you take care of yourself. Don't forget to like and share. Share this video with your friends and give them a laugh. Or sometime they might know some of the proverbs. Some of the proverbs might be new to them. But these proverbs have great lessons in them. And if you listen to them, are because I have more. This is my 6th week of doing Proverbs. So check out my videos. And some of them you might know. Because I have Proverbs from different countries too, not just Jamaica, not just general, not just biblical. I have a lot of different Proverbs from different countries. So check them out. Check me out. And I'm going to be publishing my book soon. So walk good. See you next week with another episode of Oral Tradition. All right?